So what is... Oh, this was made in GameMaker. If it goes rainbow, press escape to restart. Okay, good, good. Yeah, each rectangle is a game instance. How on earth did you use GameMaker to build this? Okay, well, I guess what would be appropriate is to actually use the itch.io page as the background. And speaking of which, let me go ahead and drop a link in chat. Okay, so everyone else can try out Snake using Windows. All right, so let's start again. All right, so it looks like I'm over here. Huh. I mean, it's Snake, but it's like happening over. So I guess anytime I change directions, it's opening a new instance of the window because otherwise it can just scale a current window. Oh no. Oh wait, I think I can actually loop around the screen. Okay, that's handy. Oh boy. All right, that one's right on the edge of the screen, which is a little hard to get. It's really flickering a lot. Oh, I made that one really tough to get. Okay. So Benjamin's been responding to my questions via Discord saying that um, got a program, oh boy, program script and use a txt to hold global game variables. So it's an execute program script, and then yeah, every time you put a new rotation, it's creating a new instance of the game. Oh my gosh, how on earth did I survive that? Like it feels ever so slightly like it's lagging, but it's actually pretty responsive. So if I do a sort of like quick maneuver, then it registers it. I'm just trying not to. Okay, so if you press B button a few times, you will see the window border. Interesting. It's a bit buggy, so turn it off when you're done. Okay, let's try. That's crazy. Oh, I think I just crashed. Ah, there. That's really cool, though. If I press B, you can see the windows collapsing. That's really neat. Um, all right. So yeah, I'd love to know more about the inspiration behind this game and how exactly you went about making something like this. Because I know that I can use auto hotkey to manipulate window positions and scale and all that sort of thing. In fact, any longtime viewers of my channel will know that I use auto hotkey for a ridiculous number of things, not the least of which is this function pad that pops up around my cursor whenever I press both the mouse 4 and 5 buttons together. And I can use this to instantly launch a bunch of different programs. I can use it to manipulate things on my clipboard. I can quickly copy half of a number or double it. Just a couple of useful functions that I made for myself. And that is also a borderless window. Oh, yes. Auto hotkey is life. Completely agree. Okay, so James responding to my questions. When I heard the theme was unstable, I thought it would be cool to make an actually unstable game. I mean, it seems to be running just fine. Although, maybe I should have Task Manager up in the background. We can see just how demanding the game ends up getting. But that is the fun, is that I can literally have Task Manager open in the background. I'm really amazed that Windows doesn't flag this as like a virus or something is opening this many window instances. Uh, So just so everyone knows, I'd like to give each game roughly 20 minutes worth of playtime. And then if it's shorter than that, I like to make sure that the interview lasts at least that long. If it's longer than that, then we end up moving on to the next person. So keep that in mind if you are interested in submitting a project. Let's try and get up here. Down. Oh, oh, I think I killed myself. I did. All right, so as for the development process, start by having a normal rectangle game objects that communicate through a text file for simplicity, and then turn them into their own windows. Okay, so if I can sort of infer the way that that works is that each instance, because I understand a bit, I've been using GameMaker myself for a very long time, so um, it was interesting. We got a couple spikes on the GPU usage there. But right, so the way that I'm imagining this works is that um, the game is writing to a common save file, and each instance of the game is just a single rectangular instance that is writing its own position and its own unique ID into a save file. And then the the different games are sort of launching and closing themselves. Like I guess each segment of the snake is kind of responsible for opening or closing itself, and everything is just reading in and out of a save file. Yeah, okay. Seems like I'm on track. Okay, cool. Yeah, Benjamin's confirmed that I have the right understanding. Nice. Yeah, and it doesn't really seem like it's that taxing on my computer either. So neat. Is there a single like master instance of the game, or is everything sort of independently controlled? Like the way that I would imagine it is that the actual score, like point object, is the one persistent instance of the game on the screen, and it's just jumping its position around. Okay, maybe it's a little taxing on the CPU. I can see it climbing up to 50% usage. Oh, I definitely tried to maneuver there, but all right. Monster instance is the head of the snake, which changes every time you turn. Okay, that makes sense. Um, yeah, so we still have the question of can you recommend a useful shortcut or a clever hack in the GameMaker engine that might be helpful to others? I would say this entire game is an interesting or clever hack in GameMaker, but maybe something a little more general because I don't know how much use people are going to have for launching multiple instances of their own game. Um, By the way, I'm assuming the username is LucasVB or like the one LucasVB. Do you have a particular favorite auto hotkey hack? Because I definitely have a good number of them. In fact, I have a whole series of auto hotkey hacks, I guess you could say, that I have compiled into this playlist. Which I'm just promoting this while I wait for a text response from Benjamin here. This series of using auto hotkey doesn't actually show you how to write your own hotkeys. It just gives a whole bunch of ideas for things that you can automate. Like you can use it to launch programs. You can use it to manipulate your clipboard. You can use it to move and reposition windows around the screen. Obviously, you can use it to press a bunch of keys in sequence. And I even used it to turn my well, I just knocked over my speaker. I used it to turn my 5-button mouse into a 20-button mouse because I used the two keys on the side as modifiers. Let's get my speaker upright again. But yeah, so I would love to know what other AutoHotkey users are up to. So the clever hack could be that C++ DLL extensions you can make, they don't get enough credit. Yeah, because GameMaker does have the ability to call external DLLs, which you can write in more low-level languages like C++, and then the GameMaker can actually call them itself. Nice. So the next question I have then is, do you have any plans for the game going forward? And of course, anyone who has questions about the game in chat, please feel free to submit those as well. Still got the game open here, so let me try one more game. See if I can get a little further than last time. So I'm starting down here. Don't need to have Task Manager open anymore. We get the sense it's a little taxing on the CPU to have this many separate window instances open. Doing all right. Oh, that's gonna crash. Ooh, somehow I didn't die there. It does flicker like just a little bit, so I know what you mean. Like it might not be perfect, but it runs really well all considering, especially since this is Game Maker. Like I would not have expected being able to run something like this in Game Maker. Okay, here we go. Okay, so people have asked for a score counter. This is about it. Maybe a few bug fixes, but for the most part, this game is everything I wanted it to be. Nice. Yeah, I think a score counter would be appreciated. I don't know exactly how you would go about doing that. Oh, I just perfectly sectioned off that next food piece I need to collect. I mean, other than having a sort of persistent instance somewhere on the screen, or maybe the score bit itself could display the your score. Like the next piece you need to collect could show your score. Or you could display the score like on the head of the snake or something. But I feel like putting it on the score bit would make the most sense because it's the most stable object. Sweet, got it. Oh my gosh. Yes, David, I agree. This is a really cool application. You can see, well, you can't see my taskbar, but I've got a whole lot of instances of this game. There we go. I finally crashed. Last and best. Oh yeah, yeah, because the game does have a title screen, so even if it isn't constantly showing your score as it's going, you're absolutely right, Wendell, that you could display the score on here, both your highest overall score and the last score you managed to achieve. Um, yeah, absolutely, Benjamin. The game is much more stable than I would have expected, for sure. But yeah, so again, if anyone has any questions, then please feel free to drop those on in there. For anyone who is just tuning into the stream and they want to get their game played, please use the !submit command and you can drop the game into the Discord. I'm going to be going through them in the order that they're submitted, but if we get a whole lot of people all submitting at once, then I'll switch over to maybe doing a raffle using Nightbot. Um, as of this moment, Dr. Tronic, if you're still here, can you post a link? Because I would like to make sure we play your jam game as well. I know you mentioned a few of the other developers are available. And if you are free, then we'll play your game after Oilers here. But yeah, please just repost a link to your game because I remember you posted into some Discord channel. I just can't, I couldn't track it down. Um, okay, yeah, so Benjamin has mentioned that putting the score on the title screen was indeed the plan. Cool. I think that makes sense. And repost it and submit. Thank you. Okay, cool. So we'll be grabbing it from there. And all right, excellent. We do have a great number of submissions. So yeah, the order that we're going to be going through is we're going to be playing Oilers game, Neon Saber, then we're going to be playing Dr. Tronic's game, Traumatic Meltdown, and then beyond that, we are going to be playing. Oh, okay, Dr. Tronic, you already had. You don't need to post it a second time. That's fine. Then we've got Wendell's game, which I'll get that open there. We've got Nyan's game. We've got Mango's game. There we go. And we just got another reply from Benjamin saying, okay, so here's a plug from Benjamin, a Wii Music mod using a custom program I made that allows people to import medias into the game. Okay, that's really cool. Let me go ahead and show that off on the stream here. Oh, there we go. Yes, go to the link, please. That's what I was trying to do. Neat. Okay, so yeah, I'll make sure to repost that link into the chat there. And people can check that out because that sounds like a lot of fun. But yeah, so where else can people find you, Benjamin? I'm going to repost the link to your itch.io page so people can check out your other games. And thank you so much for sharing Snake using Windows. I think that was a really cool experiment. So well done there.